we go from the Coach Wernicke to Coach Tom Siegfried of the Louisville boys
You
basketball.
go from the popcorn that hits different to the team that's built different. And what we're looking at is a team and a coach that I don't think needs any introduction. Coach Siegfried, winningest coach all time, 184 wins at Louisville. Coach, I mean, first and foremost, I would just want to say another successful season last year. You've had, I think, since 2012, 2013, a string of successful seasons now. What are you bringing back after a loss of, I think, about 6 seniors, I think you had last year? What are you excited about the younger players that have developed, and what is the team kind of looking like going into this year?
Yeah, first off, I appreciate you guys having me on. You guys have done a tremendous job of, really helping Louisville athletics, not just Louisville basketball, through the last couple years, and we really appreciate the relationship that's been built and the way you bring notoriety to our players. We're bringing a lot back, believe it or not. Might say you lose 6 seniors and, might be a rebuild or whatnot. But one thing we've been able to do here in this program is, really build, and lean on seniors, but also build with young guys getting critical time while they're here. So we're bringing back an Ohio player and junior, Will Jancic from last year. We have 4 seniors this year. They're all going to be big parts of the team, 3 of which came back from last year. One's a new addition, but we have AJ Lingenhol, 6'7" post guy, Tyler Bolden, who's going to be about a 6'4" wing, possible point, and Zach Seaman, who's a football star for us this year, and he's going to be our defender as an off guard. And then we obviously add to that some real promising players this year, and junior Chase Mueller, a couple sophomores, and Garrett Gonzalez and Carter Dusky, and then a kid that started about the last third of the year for us last year as a freshman, and Hayden Nigro, and he's about 6'2", 6'3" as well. So we have a lot of upside this year. Our schedule's packed, and we're just really excited to get started. We got the likes of Jackson, McKinley, Massillon, Lake, Hoover, going right down the list. So we're excited. We know the challenges are there, and we're looking forward to another good year in Louisville basketball.
You glanced over that schedule a little bit, and I think the schedule that Louisville puts together makes everything that Ty said to introduce you even more impressive, because it's hard to win anywhere, but it might be a little bit harder to win with the schedule that you guys are able to put together. Talk a little bit more about the teams you're going to face this year and how much you think it's going to prepare you for the end of the season and tournament time.
Yeah, going back to what he said at the beginning there about 2012, 2013, we were fortunate enough to have a number of NBC championships, but we kind of made a decision in the program that we wanted to push our kids to another level and play the best and out there that Louisville could find. And through the years, we've played the St. Ignatius. We were fortunate enough to beat them at the buzzer a few years back. We played Spire when they had Rocket Watts and LaMelo and all them, and I think we basically had the lowest deficit for a lot. I think we ended up losing that by 10 to them at Spire. And then, of course, each and every year we play pretty much the whole federally schedule with a lot of good D1s and D2s as well. The Hobans, the Maslins, the Hoovers, Lake, so on and so forth. So we just like to challenge our kids, and they're getting used to what we do, and they expect to be in those games, and it really helps us when we get to the D2 tournament, and has really allowed us to have some success in that as well.
Also, just want to shout out the site of LouisvilleLeopards.org. That is a great job of keeping up with the history of all Louisville athletics. So you could check that out if you need to get anything on any kind of history, coaching records, whatever. But also looking at the seasons, and like I said, when you compile as many winning seasons consecutively as you do, Coach, there's obviously a great culture and a great rapport that you've built there. So talking about that, through your years of coaching, I believe 14 plus now, what does it mean to be a Leopard to you, and what do you hope it means for the boys to be a Leopard?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm probably most proud of that exact statement. When I came in here, Louisville basketball had their up years here and there. We had a 20-0 year back in 2000. We had a district championship in 92, 93, but it just always seemed to be kind of a roller coaster. So one of the things I wanted to do is be one of the premier teams in the county, no matter what division, and then also keep it at a high standard year in, year out. I don't want that traditional rebuild year. I wanted to make sure even when we were supposedly down that we still got that 13, 14 wins and we're competitive. And that's what we've been able to do. We go under the idea of the program And that's basically means that, we care about, kindergarten through senior. And, this year we had 186 kids in our youth program. We have 9 travel teams. We have 3 middle school teams, freshman, JV, varsity. And, these young men know what it takes. We build everything on playing hard, being together, being a great teammate, and caring about those before you, and carrying on that tradition and maybe adding your own little part to it. So it's been a nice run of about 8 or 9 years here, and we're looking to take that next step. We think that we have the young men and the coaching staff to do that, and we're looking to try to get down to Columbus here real soon.
And when you've done it as long as you do, and you have that sustained success, you kind of have to grow with the times a little bit. Kids change.
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of growth have you seen from yourself as a coach over the years since taking over the job from Louisville?
Yeah, it's a different world, obviously, right now than it was in, say 2006. And everything changes through time, and you have to kind of adapt to what's new out there. I can tell you one thing: I was not posting any social media back in 2005. And nowadays it's what's there, for recruiting and getting notoriety for your players and your program. It's what you do. Here we are on a Zoom call going through the season, and just understanding your players, understanding where they're coming from, maybe understanding their struggles of their world. And I think that helps you relate. It's all about relationships, really. And it's your job as a coach to figure out how you build those relationships and keep growing those relationships, to make yourself, kind of in their world, and make yourself knowledgeable of what they're going through on a daily basis.
We know one thing about basketball is you can't teach height. And I highlighted AJ Ligenhole a lot in the football preview, too, for his ability to play tight end very well. But you highlighted him as well on the team. But talk to me a little bit about what that's going to mean, playing these teams up and then going into the tournament when you have someone like Ligenhole, who is kind of that paint force for you inside. And talk to me while you're saying that, highlight a little bit about what that offense is going to look like this year.
Yeah, so we're blessed with a lot of height this year. There's no question. I mean, we have 6'7" AJ inside, who's very good on his feet. He's not a typical 6'7" guy that you think in the post. And then you go around the perimeter. You have 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", 2 wings, and Will Jancic and Tyler Bolden. You have a 6'3" point guard. You got in Hayden Nigro. You have a 6'3" shooter coming off the bench, and Garrett Gonzalez, and Chase Mueller and Carter Dusky, 6'2", 6'3" off the bench. So we definitely are blessed with size, but more importantly, we have a number of ways of scoring, and we have guys that are really getting after it. This first week of practice has been tremendous. Usually come off of fall sports and you got a little bit of a lag. It hasn't been like that at all. We're ready to go. We open up a scrimmage on Saturday at Kent Roosevelt, and I could say that we could go up there right now and I think be pretty competitive with where we're at in our practice schedule.
I think a lot of area coaches listen to that and we're thinking to themselves, where do I find that tree?
Yeah.
He's throwing these kids.
Yeah. I'm blessed. My son's a point guard and he's 5'10", so he doesn't get the height part, but he has to find all those big guys and
I think a lot of teams would love to have a 5'10" point guard.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
Coach, talk a little bit about this community and what is it be like to have it back in a full capacity crowd and have people rocking in this Louisville gym?
Oh, I can't wait. We played in the district semis last year again against Poland over at Poland, and it was the first game they really tried to relax some of the mask stuff a little bit, and we had like somewhat of a student section, and we made a little run late in that game. Like I said, we were young, they were a little older, and we made a run and made it interesting at the end. And just hearing the crowd get up on their feet, you kind of forget what that's like. And I was happy for our seniors that they got to experience that, because we're used to great support at Louisville. Obviously, we have a great traveling crowd. We usually pack our gym. These people here have really supported me and embraced me through the years.
Yeah, no doubt. I think one of those junkies for all sports is over there in that Louisville community. They do a great job supporting, no doubt. As coach, I mean, no doubt through a course of 184 wins with the possibility of 200 this season. I know hopefully we're looking ahead. But looking at it, you obviously need a great coaching staff around you throughout the years too. So I want to give you the chance to kind of highlight some of those guys on your staff too that are going to be helping you out along the way this season.
Yeah, they're all Leopards, and that's a real blessing for me. They actually all played for me as well. So Owen Gramoy and Nick Schillig are my varsity assistants. Jacob Pukish, was on that really good team of 39 wins for 2 straight years back in 15 and 16. He's the JV coach, and then Corey Perez would be the freshman coach this year. So very blessed to have ex-Leopards as well supporting me.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, previewing the season a little bit. We look forward to covering you guys all year and supporting you guys. And as the season goes on, we know we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.